Hello everyone, myself Gaurav Kumar. Today we will discuss about the French Revolution for class 9th history. In previous video which I presented to you, we discussed the causes of French Revolution. So in today's video we will move further. At the end of the lesson, student will be able to explain the causes of subsistence crisis in France. As we have discussed in the previous video, subsistence crisis was one of the main reason or important reason for the French Revolution. They will be able to write the features of Constitution of France of 1791, understand the process how France became a republic, discuss the reign of terror in France, explain the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. They will be able to elaborate the impact of revolution on France or the French people, elucidate the impact of revolution on French women. Let's start with subsistence crisis. There were three main causes responsible for the subsistence crisis. First, the population of France increased from 23 million in 1715 to 28 million in 1789. This led to the increase in demand for food grains. But when the production of food grains could not keep pace with the growing demand, the prices of bread increased. On the other hand, the wages could not keep pace with the rise in prices. At the time of drought, harvest reduced and things got worse. Thus, the gap between the poor and the rich widened, and this led to the subsistence crisis. Constitutional monarchy. In 1791, France implemented a constitution. This was the first written constitution in France. The term constitution monarchy implies that monarchy and constitution, they both work simultaneously. They both were in the power simultaneously. So the term constitution monarchy is used. The aim of this constitution of France was to limit the power of monarch. Powers were then divided and assigned to different institutions like legislative, executive and judiciary. It was decided that there will be a National Assembly which will be elected by the people. So if we are talking about the election, so there must be right to vote. So right to vote was given to the people, but it was not given to the all citizens. Only men of 25 years of age and above who paid taxes equal to at least 3 days of labor wages, they were entitled to vote and they were given the title of active citizens. All other people who could not vote, they were considered passive citizens. Means the remaining men and all women were called the passive citizens. The National Assembly controlled the king and France became constitutional monarchy. Now, let's see how France became a republic. But first, we should know what is a republic. Republic is a form of government where the people elect the government, including the head of the government. There is no hereditary monarchy. Now, let's talk about the process how France becomes a republic. Various political clubs were formed to discuss the government policies and plan their actions. One important club was Jacobin Club. It grew in popularity. It included less prosperous sections of the society. Maximilien Robespierre led the club. An insurrection was planned by Jacobins. King's palace was stormed and the royal guards was massacred and king held as hostage. Then assembly voted to imprison the royal family and held elections with men about 20 years, enjoying the right to vote. Newly elected assembly called convention was set up and abolished the monarchy, and it declared France a republic. Later, the king and the queen, they both were executed. Now, let's discuss Reign of Terror. The period from 1793 to 1794 is called the Reign of Terror because Robespierre followed a policy of severe control and punishment. Ex-nobles, clergy, manager of other political parties or members of other political parties and even the members of his own party who did not agree with his methods were arrested, imprisoned and guillotined. Laws were issued by Robespierre government like placing a maximum ceiling of wages and prices, meat and bread were rationed, peasants were forced to transport their grains to the cities and sell it at a price fixed by the government. The use of more expensive white flour was forbidden. All citizens were required to eat the equality bread. Churches were shut down and their buildings converted into barracks for army or officers. Finally, Robespierre was convicted by a court in July 1794, arrested and the next day sent to the guillotine. He was Maximilien Robespierre. Now, see, did women have a revolution? Women actively participated in events that brought important changes in French society. To discuss and voice their interest, they began their political clubs and newspapers. Being disappointed by the Constitution of 1791, they demanded right to vote. Because as we know, right to vote was not given to the women in Constitution of 1791 and women was categorized as passive citizen. So with the demand, they demanded right to vote and they demanded the right to elect to the assembly and hold public offices. Revolutionary government took some steps in favor of the women, like for example, compulsory schooling, no forced marriage, marriages to be registered, divorce made legal and could be applied by both men and women. Women now could be trained for jobs and run small businesses. Movement for equal political rights, however, continued for over next 200 years. But finally, it was in 1946 when women got right to vote in France. Now see, how did the revolution affect the everyday life of the French people? Revolutionary ideas of equality, liberty, it transformed the clothes people wore, the language they spoke and the book they read. With the abolition of censorship in 1789 and the Declaration of the Rights of Men and Citizens in 1791, freedom of speech became a natural right. This led to the growth of newspapers, books, pamphlets and printed pictures. Freedom of the press enabled voicing of opinions and counter options. Art flourished in the form of paintings, plays, songs and festive processions. Visual and oral art enabled even the common people or common men who could not read and write to relate with the ideas of liberty, equality and justice. Now come to Napoleon Bonaparte. These are the pictures of Napoleon Bonaparte. Now we'll discuss the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte came to power as a result of unstable directory that ruled France. Due to weak directory, Napoleon got an opportunity to rise to political power. In 1804, he crowned himself as the Emperor of France. He set out to conquer the neighboring countries, defeating the dynasty and putting his own relatives and members of his family to the crown. He was seen as a modernizer of Europe. He brought out many laws such as protection of private property and a uniform system of weights and measures provided by decimal system. He was also seen by many as a liberator who will bring freedom to the people. But very soon, his army came to be viewed everywhere as invading forces. He carried out military campaigns and invasion of Russia and Spain. He soon became a threat for the king in Europe. Then they decided to come together and defeat him. Finally, he was defeated at Waterloo in 1815. Now, see the impact of revolution on the people of France. French Revolution marked the end of absolute monarchy and paved the way for the republican government. It also helped to uphold the theory of popular sovereignty and lay down the foundation of democratic principle. Example, that the government should be based on the consent by the people, like right to vote. The slogans of equality, liberty, and fraternity became important in the world. Feudalism and serfdom were abolished, and the power of clergy curbed. People were given the right to vote during the Jacobins. New reforms were introduced in education of girls during the Jacobin times. And Napoleon also reformed legal system by reorganizing it and brought a progressive legal system. He also introduced economic reforms like fair tax system, increased trade, and development of French luxury industries like fashion, films, perfumes, etc. Let's discuss about some of the political symbols of France. First is broken chains. Chains were used to restrain the slaves from running away. Broken chains signify the act of becoming free. A bundle of rods. It was used to convey the message that strength lies in unity. Snake biting its tail to form a ring, a symbol of eternity. The ring has neither beginning nor end. Blue, white, red. These are the national colors of France. The winged woman. It was the personification of the laws. The law tablet. The law is same for all and all are equal before it. Then we have the eye within or triangle radiating light. The all-seeing eyes stand for knowledge. The rays of the sun will drive away the dark cloud of ignorance. So dear students, there are some questions for the assignment. These are the references which I have used, like pictures I have used for the presentation.